There are words so simple, yet powerful enough to stop time. A sentence so calm, yet capable of shaking the hearts of millions. I will always support him. Yibo will definitely win. Those were the words spoken by Xiao Zhan in a short, unexpected interview. Words that have now echoed across the world. A sentence that made the entertainment industry fall silent. Hello, drama lovers. Welcome back to K-pop world. Today, we're diving into a story that isn't just about racing, but about support, sincerity, and an invisible bond between two of Asia's brightest stars, Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo. This story isn't about fame or competition. It's about one small moment that reignited memories buried in time and emotions too deep to ignore. October 7th, 2025. The world's eyes were fixed on a racing circuit. It was a crucial qualifying day for the top racers. And among the biggest names, one stood out the most. Wang Yibo, dressed in his sleek racing suit, his helmet reflecting the afternoon light, he walked toward the starting grid with quiet determination. But somewhere far from the roaring engines and cheering crowds, in a calm interview room, Xiao Zhan was asked a simple question. A question that seemed ordinary, yet his answer became history. Do you still follow Wang Yibo's journey in racing? The reporter probably never expected that such a simple question would become a quote shared across the globe. Xiao Zhan looked into the camera, smiled softly, and replied in a voice that was calm, steady, and filled with warmth. Of course, I follow every step he takes. I know how hard he works, and I'll always support him. I believe he'll win. And in that very second, time seemed to stop. The clip lasted less than a minute, but its impact spread like wildfire across every platform. The hashtag Xiao Zhan supports Wang Yibo instantly shot to the top of global trends. Comments flooded in. I'm crying. I can't explain why. They share a bond that words can't describe. After so long, Xiao Zhan finally talked about Yibo again. I'm so emotional. Fans began editing videos, mixing Xiao Zhan's interview with footage of Wang Yibo on the racetrack. And somehow, the soft tone of Xiao Zhan's voice matched perfectly with the roar of Yibo's engine. It felt as if two separate worlds had quietly collided again through the screen. At the racetrack, Wang Yibo had no idea that the world was exploding online because Xiao Zhan had just mentioned his name. He stood on the grid, focused and composed, eyes locked on the track ahead. But somehow, there was something different in his gaze that day. A sense of calm, a quiet strength. And when the race began, Yibo moved like lightning. Every corner, every acceleration, it all looked like proof of Xiao Zhan's words. Yibo will definitely win. The crowd roared. The big screen flashed the results. Yibo took the top position in the qualifying round. The internet erupted once more, not just because of his victory, but because of the words that had somehow become reality. Yibo won, just like Xiao Zhan said. That sentence filled timelines and comment sections across the world. But for most people, what made that moment truly emotional wasn't just the race. It was who said those words and how he said them. Xiao Zhan wasn't promoting anything. He wasn't performing. He was simply speaking with a quiet, genuine smile. His tone was low, steady, and behind those words, there was a trembling honesty that everyone could feel. Even the reporter said afterward, the air in the room changed. It became still, yet warm, as if everyone there realized they had just witnessed something rare and real. Longtime fans know this wasn't just a random interaction. Years ago, Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo once walked the same path, sharing laughter, struggles, and the weight of fame together. But time passed, and their careers took different turns. Yibo became a racer, a performer, a symbol of speed and discipline. Xiao Zhan continued his journey in acting and music, mastering emotion and art. They rarely appeared together again. Yet, in that moment, with one short sentence, Xiao Zhan bridged the distance that had separated them for years. No matter how far they've gone, how much time has passed, something clearly still connects them. A quiet respect, a mutual admiration, and perhaps a memory that never really faded. International media quickly caught on. Headlines appeared everywhere. Xiao Zhan's unexpected words melt fans' hearts. A touching reunion through a simple interview. Xiao Zhan shows his unwavering support for Wang Yibo. Some even described it as a gentle reconciliation within the Asian entertainment world. Two stars, once side by side, now cheering for each other in silence. And indeed, for millions of fans who have waited for any sign of connection between the two, this moment was everything. No grand stage, no reunion event, just sincerity. Simple, but powerful. For many, Xiao Zhan's words were more than support for a race. They were a symbol that there's something deeper than fame, beyond spotlight and headlines. It was recognition, appreciation. One fan wrote, when Xiao Zhan said, "I will always support him," I knew it wasn't just about racing. It was about time, struggle, and everything they've shared before. That comment alone received thousands of likes and shares across the globe. Proof that the moment touched something universal, something human. And then, near the end of the interview, Xiao Zhan added one more line, soft, almost whisper-like. "I know he loves what he does. And when someone does something with love, they'll always shine." That sentence silenced the internet once again. It was more than encouragement. It was understanding. It was as if Xiao Zhan wasn't just talking to Yibo. He was speaking from his heart to anyone chasing their dream. And maybe that's why, when Yibo crossed the finish line that afternoon, many fans swore they could feel that connection, as if that quiet blessing had somehow reached him, pushing him toward victory. Now, after this viral interview, fans all over the world seem to breathe easier. It feels as though two stars who once shared a path have found each other again, not through photos or appearances, but through sincerity, through words that came straight from the soul. The world keeps changing. Time moves on, but some things simply never fade. And perhaps the quiet bond between Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo is one of them. That night, as race results were announced, and the internet continued to buzz with joy, one sentence kept appearing everywhere. Yibo won, just like Xiao Zhan said. Was it coincidence? Or maybe destiny's subtle way of reminding us that certain connections never break? No one knows for sure. But one thing's certain. October 7th will be remembered as the day a few simple words reunited two worlds, two stars, and millions of hearts through something as pure as support. Perhaps Xiao Zhan and Wang Yibo don't need to stand side by side to understand each other anymore. Because sometimes silence is enough. Sometimes one sentence is powerful enough to move the world. So drama lovers, what do you think? Was this just coincidence? Or was the universe trying to tell us something? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, support your idols with kindness and heart. Until next time, this is Kpop World signing off. Because in the world of entertainment, sometimes the quietest moments hold the loudest meaning.